So I want to ask you one more time. It's your least favorite topic, I know. I want to ask you, why is the year 2018? So you know, this is New Year's. This is the New Year's Eve festival coming up. Last year you celebrated us. Last year you celebrated with us, and you said, this is going to be the best New Year ever. You went in the Ferris wheel, did all this fun stuff. That was when 2017 became 2018. So my question for you is, what happened 2018 years ago? Why? Why is it now the year 2018? It's not the year 500. It's not the year 1000. Why is it this number and not some other number? Why? And this is linked to the question I've asked you again and again. Who is Santa Claus? What is Christmas? All these big themes are coming together. They're all linked in one giant conspiracy. It's going to blow your mind if you can put the pieces together. You can just understand the way they're connected. The years.
I won't tell you.
But you know.
Ask my mom.
So you think your mom knows, but your mom never told you. Your mom never explained to you. Some things are left for your father to explain to you. Okay, so level, this is the big secret. This is the big secret. This is where all the pieces come together. All those buildings we saw around the city that were called a church. Right? Remember that? I asked you, what is a church? When you didn't really know. You didn't really know what a church was. What do they do inside a church? Okay? Okay? They all have statues of this guy called Jesus. Jesus is a storybook figure. He is not any more real than SpongeBob. There is no real SpongeBob. SpongeBob is just a cartoon and a story, right?
And next time he will come back from the sky, he's scared to know where we
Right. Right. But here's the thing. Before this week, you'd never heard the word Jew or Jewish before. And I've been trying to explain to you what it means to be Jewish. Who killed Jesus? You said he's going to come back. But that's because he's dead. He's just a fictional character. He's just a storybook character like SpongeBob. But here's the thing. The reason why everyone hates us, the reason why we have a separate cemetery, we went and visited the cemetery, is because we killed Jesus. The Jews killed Jesus. That's what everyone says. That's what they're all taught in the church. It doesn't have to be that way. They could teach the same story. They could say the Romans killed Jesus. They could blame the Roman Empire. They could blame other people. They could blame the soldiers that killed him. They could blame the judge in the court, or they could blame the law. Those things came from Rome. But no, all of the Christians, everybody, they blame the Jews. They say the Jews killed Jesus. And the irony is, of course, Jesus himself was a Jew. So still today, Jewish people are hated. People like you and me, and your Grandpa Pete, and your Grandma Gail, all the Jewish people you're related to. There's this really intense hatred against Jews. Jesus was a Jew, but he was also killed by the Jews. The answer to that question is yes, because I am your dad, and I am Jewish. So this is the big challenge. We don't have a choice. You said to me recently you were going to move to Bulgaria and learn Bulgarian. You can choose to learn the Bulgarian language. You can move to China and you can choose to learn the Chinese language. But you will never become a Chinese person. And many of these places you go, if you go to Bulgaria, people will hate you for being Jewish. It's a big problem. It's been a problem for me all of my life. It's been a problem for me in Scotland. It's been a problem for me here in France. It's a bigger problem in some countries than others. But where most of the people are Christian, then you have to deal with the fact that Christians generally hate Jews. So this is a big part of the history of Europe. And this is why we do not celebrate Christmas. These things are linked. So Christmas is it's not about presents. When I asked you before, what is Christmas? Your answer was Christmas is about presents. Christmas is about It's not. Christmas is the celebration of Jesus. The full name of Jesus people use is Jesus Christ. Christ Christmas. So Christmas is about Jesus. And even New Year, the reason why the year is 2018 is because it was 2018 years ago in the magical story, just like SpongeBob, that people started to tell this story about Jesus being born. And then Jesus was killed. He was executed. Today you saw the police arresting a criminal. In the story, that's what happened to Jesus. He was arrested, he was taken to court, he was guilty, and he was killed. Right? So it's interesting. The judge in the court was not Jewish. The soldiers, the police, were not Jewish. But everyone blames the Jews. They say the Jews killed Jesus. And you and me, we're both Jews. In Bulgaria, the majority of people in Bulgaria hate us because we're Jews. So we have to live our whole lives with this. We can plan our lives around it. We can try to be smart about it. But this is a big factor in our lives. You can choose to learn the Chinese language, but you never become Chinese. If you go to China, you'll still be a white person. You'll still be a Jew.
I'm going to imagine something. Okay. I'm supposed to go back to school.
You go back to school?
Yeah, I'm going to tell something. I don't think that, the way to say that I used to play.
Lovell, you can do whatever you want in your life, but some things you can't change. If you're born Chinese, then you'll always be Chinese. But Chinese people can learn to speak English, and English people can learn to speak Chinese. If you are born Bulgarian, if you are born Russian, then all your life you will be Bulgarian or you'll be Russian. In terms of your ethnicity, in terms of what you are. But learning the language does not change your ethnicity. And of all the ethnicities to be born into, being Jewish is the most dangerous ethnicity. Most of the world hates us, and it will take many years for you to understand why.